welcome to our channels. Good morning everyone. When you go to a doctor for a routine checkup, they usually start by feeling your neck or sometimes behind your ears. Why do they do that? What are they checking for? And you may have heard of this disease called elephantiasis, where the limbs of the body, like say one of the legs, start swelling. So, what causes this swelling? To answer this question, we need to look into the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is an organ system in vertebrate that is part of the immune system and complementary to our circulatory system. It consists of a large network of lymphatic organs, lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, lymphoid tissues, and the others organs. The vessels carry a clear fluid called lymph back towards the heart for recirculation. Unlike the circulatory system that is a closed system, the lymphatic system is open. The human circulatory system processes an average of 20 liters of blood a day through capillary filtration, which removes the plasma from the blood. Roughly 17 liters of the filtered blood is reabsorbed directly into our blood vessels, while the remaining 3 liters are left in the interstitial fluid. So now, let us explore the world of lymphatic system.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Athirah Binti Azman from Camey. For my part, I would like to share the features of structure lymphatic capillaries. Lymphatic capillaries are tiny vessels forming the tissue of most organs in our body. They transport and filter lymphatic fluid from our body cells and tissue. Lymphatic capillaries help to keep consistent blood pressure and volume, and collect fluid that has leaked from blood vessel and return it to the heart. Lymphatic capillaries are found in all of the body except bone marrow, central nervous system, and tissue such as epidermis, the layer of blood vessel. As shown in the picture, it also has blind end or closed at one end. This system serves as one-way drainage apparatus for the removal of diffusible substance. Different with blood capillary, lymphatic capillaries is more permeable as it not covered by lymphatic smooth muscle cells. Lymphatic capillaries also has a single layer of overlapping endothelial cells which act as one-way valve that permit the entry of fluid and solute but prevent their return to the intercellular space. Next is, as shown in the picture, we can see the lacteal, which the special lymphatic capillaries that found in the center of each pilus. It absorbs dietary lipid-soluble vitamin, and also interstitial fluid. The lymphatic in the lacteal has a milky appearance due to its high fat content and called chyle. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Shamini, and today I'm going to explain to you all about lymphatic vessels. First of all, what are lymphatic vessels? Lymphatic vessels are tubes that assist the cardiovascular system to remove tissue fluid. Now, the question is, where are lymphatic vessels located? Lymphatic vessels can be found in all tissues and organs except for central nervous system, eyeball, internal ear, epidermis of skin, and cartilage and bone. This image shows where the lymphatic vessels are located. Furthermore, there are two types of lymphatic vessels, which are superficial lymphatic vessels and deep lymphatic vessels. The superficial vessels are located in the subcutaneous layer of the skin, where they collect lymph from the superficial structures of the body. They tend to follow the drainage of the venous system and in the end, drain deep into lymphatic vessels. The deep lymphatic vessels carry lymph from the internal organs. This is the lymph node structure. They are valves to prevent the lymph from flowing backwards. Efferent lymphatic vessels flow into a lymph node and carry unfiltered lymph fluid, but efferent lymphatic vessels flow out of a lymphatic node and carry filtered lymph fluid. That's all for lymphatic vessels. Thank you.
Now, let's move on to lymph round. But first, we need to know what is lymph round. Lymph round is the large lymph vessel that carries lymph fluid which forms when small lymphatic vessels join together, and its function is to drain lymph fluid from all the body. In our body, we have 5 different types of lymph round with the same function but located at different places. For example, we have right and left jugular trunk at our neck, so its function is to drain lymph fluid from the cervical lymph node of the neck. Second, we have right and left cephalic trunk. Its function is to drain lymph fluid from the apical lymph node around the armpit because it's located at our arm. Third, we have right and left bronchomedius trunk. Due to location is near to our lungs, heart and trachea, so its function is to drain lymph fluid from the lungs, heart and trachea. Next, we have right and left lumbar trunk, and its function is to drain lymph fluid from the legs, region and kidney because it located near to our legs. Lastly, we have interstitial trunk, which is the only trunk without a pair. This trunk will receive a chyle which rich in fat from stomach and intestine.
Hi, I'm Nasuha. I will present about lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are kidney-shaped, small and capsulated bodies which are located along the course of lymph vessel. Lymph nodes contain different cells which are lymphocytes and macrophage. Lymph nodes also contain cortex and medulla, whereby cortex contain lymph follicle and receive lymph from the efferent vessel. Meanwhile, medulla has no follicle and sinus that lead to hilum. I will share some facts about lymph nodes. Lymph nodes exist throughout your body. They normally reside where 2 or more major blood vessels come together on your body, including neck, armpit, chest, abdomen, groin, and also behind your ear. Some functions of lymph nodes are: lymph nodes filter out harmful substances and waste products. They can also contain immune cells called lymphocytes that will destroy the cancer cell and also bacteria. The filter fluid is then returned to the blood circulation, and if you have an infection or cancer, a lymph node may be swollen. There are also some properties of lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are made of lymph tissue and different types of cells, including white blood cell, B cell, T cell, dendritic cell, and also macrophage and plasma cell.
Hi, on to the next subtopic of lymphatic system, which is spleen, that will be explained by me, Rose, Anessa, Sofea, with the matrix number 160467. Spleen is an organ that involves in lymphatic system that is formed by reticular and lymphatic tissue. It is located at L hypochondrial region of abdominal cavity. Is purplish in color and weight about 200 grams. There's a few functions of spleen. First is spleen acts as antigen-presenting cells in dendritic and macrophages. It is also involved in activation and proliferation of B and T lymphocytes as well as the production of antibodies. Next, it is involved in the removal of macromolecules antigen from blood and the destruction of red blood cells and platelets. It is also involved in the formation of red blood cells in fetal life. Next is the structure of spleen. Spleen consists of capsule, trabecular, vascular sigmoid, red pulp, vein, artery, germinal center, and a part called white pulp that it consists of primary follicle, marginal zone, and perioarteriolar lymphoid sheaths, also known as pulse. The white pulp and red pulp function differently. White pulp contains mass of lymphocyte formed perioarterial lymphatic sheaths pulse around the branches of splenic artery, and also consists of lymphoid nodules with germinal center. White pulp function to produce white blood cells, while red pulp that contain large number of red blood cells that has been filtered and degraded. It has 2 parts, the splenic cords and the splenic cilluses. Red pulp filter the blood of antigens, microorganisms, and defective or worn out red blood cells. That is all for spleen. Thank you for listening.
I want to talk about thymus gland. So let's see together what is thymus gland.
So, thymus
thymus gland is a secretory gland that has an important role in immune function. One of its main secretion is the hormone thymosin. Thymosin stimulates the maturation of T cells, which are derivative of white blood cells that circulate our system. Cells help kill the body of damaged cells and pathogens. The damaged cells may be considered cells that has lost the ability to stop proliferating or even cells infected with virus. This cell will be bind to the T receptor on the target cell's surface that will initiate its eventual death. The location of thymus gland is upper part of medial sternum, extend up into the root of the neck. It's behind the sternum. Weight at birth is 10 until 50 gram, and at puberty is 30 until 40 gram. But if after puberty, it becomes atrophy. Means it becomes smaller and become lighter. Talk about structure of thymus gland. Thymus gland has two lobes joined by areolar tissue. The two thymic lobes are surrounded by a thin connective tissue capsule, then enclosed by a fibrous capsule. It's divided to incomplete lobules. And now each lobus divide into two, which is cortex and medulla. On outer cortex, it has dark staining outer part packed with lymphocyte. Each rich in small or dense lymphocyte and also basophilic stain. It extends its population of T lymphoblasts, or we call thymocytes, and macrophages in stromal of epithelial reticular cell. Medulla composed epithelial reticular cells, less dense T lymphocyte and thymic corpuscles, and also we call that hair cell corpuscles. Thymic corpuscle or hair cell corpuscles consist epithelial reticular cell filled with keratin and sometimes calcified. Function of thymus gland. First is T cell maturation and development. Second is production of hormones. The thymus has an interactive role with the endocrine system. Thymic epithelial cells produce the hormone thymosin and thymopoietin, and in concert of cytokines. It also has disorders that can affect the thymus gland, which is T-Jaw syndrome, a congenital disorder which is present at birth in which the thymus is missing or underdeveloped. Children who are born with T-Jaw syndrome have severe immunodeficiency, failure of immune system that cannot produce T cells, and are at higher risk for infection. They might die at early age.
We have 5 functions of lymphatic system. The first one is return fluid from tissue to blood. Approximately 85% of fluid that leak out of blood returns to blood via blood capillaries. 15% returns via lymph capillary in 24 hours. Lymphatic return fluid equivalent to entire blood volume. If lymphatic system become blocked, it will cause edema. Second, return large molecule to blood. 25 until 15% of blood proteins leak out of capillaries each day. These molecules will be picked up by lymphatic capillaries returned to the blood. If lymphatic are blocked, blood protein decrease, leading to fluid imbalance in the body. Third, absorb and transport fats. Special lymphatic capillaries, known as lacteals and villi of small intestine, absorb all lipids and fat-soluble vitamins from digested food, bypasses liver and goes straight to adipose tissue. Fourth is hemopoiesis. Some white blood cells, like lymphocytes and monocytes, are made in lymphatic tissue, not in bone marrow, including body main supply of lymphocytes. The last one is body defense or immunity. Lymphoid tissue is an important component of the immune system, form a diffuse surveillance defense system in all body tissue and organs. The major role of white blood cells in the body defense mechanism. Lymphatic system screens body fluids and remove pathogens and damaged cells.